Okay, welcome back. I am Coach Malik Hall, and this is the Catch Up with Coach Sports Talk. Okay, so it's Wednesday. We've gone through the college stat lines, we've talked college ball, we've talked knee jerk reactions post the weekend, post Monday Night Football. The reason I call it knee jerk is because after every weekend, everyone's bugging, everyone's tripping, everyone's all over the place. That is to be expected and is normal because after every win or a loss, you have to celebrate or lick your wounds. So let's jump in. And so as we talk midweek, I want to address some of the penalties. I'm a defensive coach by trade. And because I'm a defensive coach by trade, it's important for me to address the new age of the quarterback versus defensive end or defensive lineman or defensive player, period. We've gone through the checklist of are we protecting the receivers? Check. What does that mean, coach? Well, you can no longer just run a dig and the safety or a linebacker just line them up and drill them. That can't happen anymore, which is a defensive advantage. So you lose that defensive advantage. Another point, one of the defensive toolboxes for big pulling linemen on perimeter little fellas was just to cut them. Get them out of the blocking scheme, get them out of the way, cut them out the drill. Protect yourself and potentially make the offensive lineman think twice about coming out, pulling around on a corner or a safety. And so defensive players can't do that anymore. The third thing that has been revised several times, I think, over is how you can hit the quarterback. Football is taking on this target zone, much like baseball, the strike zone. And so, really, from the chin to really the thigh board is the target zone, which, when you really think about it, based on who you are in baseball, that's a strike zone. Okay. Second thing is by eliminating how you could attack the quarterback, it is also put offenses and quarterbacks in a mindset, hey, bro, this is flag back there. So all you got to do is hold up and get rid of the ball. I want you guys to know that's far from the truth. And though the defensive ends now are as fast as safeties and corners, they running 4.5s, 4.6s, and they're double the weight. That's a semi truck hitting a parked Subaru. Why did I say Subaru? Because they have the highest protection rating. But it's still getting hit by a 16 wheeler. There's no protection rating for that. Not one. So what am I getting at? No, it was not a legal hit. No, it was not roughing the passer. However, I think the thought process is it's Tom Brady, like, period. And the reality, he is as old as the ref who called the flag. So the ref also is biased based on, ooh, don't be hitting me like that. I'm 45 too. Okay, so now opinions, subjection, everything is starting to become very subjective. And that is where a flag or a rule, they will dig into the forensics of how to sack the quarterback this offseason. Just like they have done about how what is a NFL catch. That was going crazy around the league. They defined it in the offseason. They dug into those weeds in the forensics of what makes a catch. Now it's a catch, and once you secure the catch, you have to have a athletic movement. That's 2 steps, give or take. They will create some type of guideline. And the most interesting thing about these guidelines of how to sack the quarterback, it's always been a response, more or less, to Tom Brady. Now, granted, Tua is triggering these responses on the football field because it's been 10 years since we've since when I say we, I've been a part of the football machine. Not the NFL, though we're speaking about the NFL. So it's been about 10 years since we've made the necessary adjustments in practice, equipment protocol, and what we thought to be safe concussion protocol. So as we move forward into this, I do recognize, and I want our fan base, the fans, to recognize, and whatever players follow the podcast or follow me on social. It's hard to see it today, but believe me, man, like you got way more time, you got way more life beyond football. I speak that in my truest and genuine voice because I'm no longer in football. And I've done football since I've been 10 years old. Though I'm not my livelihood was based on me raising my family and taking care of my family was based on my success in football. Today, I'm in a space where I'm no longer doing football. And as far as my heart wants, I don't want to do football anymore. Um, Not the X's and O's part, maybe the saving the souls part, scoring a few touchdowns for God, but big picture, man, I say this to say for everyone who is in the game today, you have life after the game. And I also spoke to the gladiator mindset and how you have to turn that mechanism off in your brain to perform in this gladiator sport in the coliseums that we perform in, whether it be a coach, player, or other, because football has massive amount of hands and a massive amount of people helping that machine function and operate. And so there is life after football, though you may not be able to see it. I can remember being 22 and tearing a meniscus and still playing. I Whether I had a concussion that season or not didn't matter because concussions were relative. Like if you weren't knocked out cold, you could keep playing. We know a lot more. I know that you're a gladiator. I hope Tua's career is not over. But I just want all players to be encouraged, man. Like this is a game God has blessed you with to play. And if you've been able to make a living off of this game, like myself and others out there, and that living is all relative. I am no millionaire. Okay. I did not play 10, 15 years in the league, but I've been able to carve out a life for my family with football. And I've learned some valuable lessons with football. I've learned how to be a leader, a better Christian with football. And so if you are in the game today, like take what the game gives you, but don't let the game take you. I know that's a cliche. I know it may seem like, yeah, coach, you don't have 600 grand a game on the line, or maybe more in some cases. Um, but players, you have more likeness than ever. The transferable skill of just people liking you can be very easily applied into the market without you having to worry about arthritis at 40. You probably already signed up for arthritis, so whatever. But my point is, I wish everyone a healthy and prosperous season, because another overused cliche. If you've been in the football world, playing every play like it's your last, because you never know if it's your last. And that's the truth. That's the gift and the curse of the football player, because there is no other way to play this game. You either play at full speed or you get hurt. And you know, if you play at full speed, you still could get hurt. But there's only one way to play it, and it's full speed. I pray a special blessing over all of the players who are going to play this game full speed. I pray health, again, prosperity. I pray that you listen to the spirit and when to go and when not to go. Listen to your body as well. And I also pray a special blessing over the coaches out there, man, because as a coach, is a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to play kids when you know they're not ready, to play players when you know they shouldn't be out there, whether that's mentally or physically, and to appease players who are hungry to go out there and prove themselves. And that also is a delicate balance for a coach, when he can lose his team, gain his team, give people a shot that may not have had a shot. So yeah, man, look, this game is not easy. It is hard to win because of all of the mitigating factors in winning, on top of what's required of you as a leader. That is, whew, that's hard. And so, all of my players out there, be safe. Be safe. I think the game has elevated and transformed to where we're no longer out there looking to put somebody in the body bag. Put them in a body bag, Johnny. Like, no one has to be Mac from the program out there anymore. I think we've learned that. I think we have relationships on um, the opponent on the team that we're competing with. And that doesn't subside because we're competing. I'm going to compete with you with all of my heart, everything I got in me, but I don't want to compete so much to where I lose sight of the bigger picture, that you might be my homie. And if you're not my homie, you still a person. You're still a person in this league. You're still a person in this game. And so I need to respect the game. I think players have learned how to respect the game far greater than my generation. I know players have taught me a ton because I've done some shady stuff on the football field. And I think the 20 plus years of me coaching was to rectify some of the knucklehead things I've done in my playing career. And now that my coaching career is at a close, my playing career is at a close, now my voice is here to pour in to whomever wants what I have to offer of my experience on the football field, leadership, and if you are better, it's for you too. All right, so and entertainment, of course, whatever. All right, let's talk about the games I have. I don't really want to talk about the games. Let me retract that. I want to talk about the quarterbacks, because I've been making this statement about 40 times a game. There are not that many quarterbacks who've thrown it 40 times a game and have won a Super Bowl. And so what we're going to do today, let's go put it out there. I'm going to go through the list and let you know. And if you already know, put it in the comments, and if you think I'm wrong, put it in the comments. Whatever. Go for what you know. 40 times a game. Obviously, take Tom Brady off the list. He just threw it 50-something times a game. The penalty, whether that helped him win or not, yada, yada, who cares? The man is legit. At 45, he doing right. He doing Clement numbers, right? He doing Nolan Ryan numbers right now. And what for whatever it's worth, the quarterback right now, you could argue, is a semi pitcher without the pitch count. They have to worry about the hit count. And so, if you can keep a quarterback's hit count down, he can pitch this thing because he's pitching way less than what a pitcher would be pitching on the mound. However, that ball is different from 11 bodies and small slant windows, skinny post windows, dig windows, fade windows, back shoulder windows, all of that. Completely different, right? The angle of the ball, the trajectory of the defender, where he has to throw the ball, the anticipation, the time, and all of that plays a factor into the quarterback's decision making. But just on rep and arm alone, he's throwing probably half the time of a pitcher. Maybe if you add in practice, but I think with the kinetic science, with the kinetic science that we have today, there's no reason for you to have even when I was playing, our quarterback didn't throw every day during the week. He didn't have to. He could take the read, boom, 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 and just go through the motion. Well, that's a pretty high level. You got to have the muscle memory to be able to pull that off. So I understand that. All right, so let's get to it. The quarterbacks who've thrown the ball 40 plus times a game and won a Super Bowl. A lot of quarterbacks are throwing the ball 40 times a game. But which of these quarterbacks, in order, are more successful than the others, and which of them don't have a Super Bowl? All right, so we got Tom Brady, right? No problem. That's a no-brainer. You know he's throwing the ball 40 times a game, give or take, right? Next person, being that Tom Brady is the bar, he has, I'm done counting how many Super Bowls he has, but he has Super Bowls. He is Super Bowl. They should call him Tom Super Bowl Brady. Hey, what if in the next 50 years, by the time I'm an old man, the trophy is no longer the Lombardi trophy, it's the Brady trophy? I know. A lot of people will go get upset about that one. All right, anyway, Drew Brees, how many Super Bowls? How many Super Bowl appearances? He's thrown the ball more than 40 times a game. Next guy, and you'll be surprised. And this is, I'll tell you, my data comes from the statmuse.com, okay? My stats are, whether they're legit or not, I've looked at several stats to look at how many times, what quarterbacks threw the ball, and how many times a game they thrown the ball, okay? And their percentage, okay? All right. Okay, so here we go. So Brady's winning percentage is 65%. And that's with multiple Super Bowls. Okay. Now think about this. Brady has been sacked 193 times in his career. Dog, those some punches, bro. Okay. Drew Brees, his winning percentage, 46. One Super Bowl, he's been sacked 196 times. Okay. Of course, Peyton Manning, winning percentage 43. 43%. He will win it 43% of the time he was winning when he threw the ball 40 times or more. He has multiple Super Bowls. We all understand that him getting beat up ended his career probably sooner than what he wanted. He was sacked 112 times. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. Now, yeah, everyone knows these guys have thrown for a ton of yards. So is to go through all the yardage, I'm not trying to get to that point. Okay. Next guy, guess who it is? Winning percentage, that if he is thrown the ball 40 or plus times, they have won. Big Ben Roethlisberger has a 31% winning percentage. He has 31%. 31% of the time, he's won if he's thrown the ball 40 times or more. Guess how many times he's been sacked? 177. Let's keep it rolling. Who's after Big Ben? My man, Danny B. Free Marino. No, I know it's not B. Free, but whatever. Okay, Dan Marino. Okay, 31%. He has the same winning percentage as Big Ben. He's been sacked. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. No Super Bowl. Big Ben has a Super Bowl. Peyton has a Super Bowl. Breeze has a Super Bowl. Brady has a Super Bowl. The one person on this list right now without a Super Bowl is Danny Marino. And he was only sacked 82 times in his career. That boy had the quickest release in the game, though. Let's be honest. So if you was hitting Dan Marino, like you stole his first look and they didn't protect him and he not running. Okay, anyway. All right. Next guy, Brett Favre. Okay. All right, Brett Favre's winning percentage when he's thrown the ball 40 times or more, 30%. And he was sacked 146 times. With a Super Bowl, multiple Super Bowls, mind you. All right, next guy, Matt Ryan, Matty Ice Ryan, who's thrown the ball pretty well. We know he's gone to a Super Bowl. We know he's gotten himself in a shootout with Tom Brady. We know he did not win that Super Bowl. Now, what you probably did not know is his winning percentage is 26%. 26%. Okay, wait. Let me also talk to you about this. In his 26% winning percentage, he's been sacked 192 times. Now, what does that tell you? He's nowhere near as old as Tom Brady. He's nowhere near as played as many games as Tom Brady. He's short of Tom Brady in attempts. He has 300. He has 304. Now, this is not including this season right now. This is before this season started. Okay. Matt Ryan had basically 3,400 attempts prior to the start of this season. Tom Brady, prior to the start of this season, had 4,600 attempts. That's 1,200 attempts out there that Tom Brady has more than him. And I'm going to say, is Tom Brady 12 years older than he is? Like, that's a season, bro. 1,200 passing attempts is a season. Anyway, Speaks says something there. Okay, next guy. Matty Stafford, a former Georgia Bulldog. It's so surprising he did not win a natty, but he didn't win a natty because Alabama was on fire, and we won't get into the college rank. But my fair line alum, Super Bowl line alum by way of the Rams, had to put that out there. We get our success where we can get it. That's when you Anyway, okay. His winning percentage when he's thrown the ball 40 times or more is 23%. He's been sacked 177 times, same as Big Ben. Now, here's the kicker. He just got a Super Bowl, and Big Ben has multiple Super Bowls, but a higher winner percentage. All right. Now, here you go. It keeps going. I'm going to rattle off some more names, okay, and not get into it. Okay, but we just go call out winning percentage. Warren Moon, winning percentage, 23%, no Super Bowl. Dan Fouts. Dan Fouts was the truth. They don't even have his sack number. It was such an old throwback, but he's the only throwback on here. He was slinging that thing way before his time. Surprisingly, they did not get a Super Bowl, but he did not win a Super Bowl and he got wore out. If you're into the historical films, check out NFL films. Look up Dan Fouts Chargers. This dude was a beast. Now, his winning percentage was only 22%. Patrick the Magnificent Mahomes, 20%. He's a 20% winner when he throws the ball 40 times or more. Watch this, though. This is what makes him very, very dynamic and interesting. He's only been sacked 40 times. He's early in his career, mind you, but I mean, again, this kid, he's elusive, he's dynamic, he's look, it is what it is. Okay, next guy, winning percentage, same as Patrick Mahomes, Drew Bledsoe. He's a 20% winner when he threw the ball 40 times or more, and he was sacked 124 times. And we all know what happened to Drew Bledsoe when he got caught out in the perimeter. He had nowhere to go with the ball, and he was trying to run to the first down. And you talk about a car crash. Shout out Drew Bledsoe. That was my old man's favorite quarterback, too. He thought he was the newcomer to Joe Montana. Anyway, Drew Bledsoe has a Super Bowl by way of Tom Brady and the Patriots. And I think he has another Super Bowl somewhere as a backup, but he was again sacked 124 times. Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Rodgers, who's be surprised at the bottom of the list, 19% of the time he's a winner whenever he throws the ball 40 times or more. Here's the kicker on that. He's also been sacked 128 times. Eli Manning, multiple Super Bowl winner, though. Aaron Rodgers, not a multiple Super Bowl winner, multiple Super Bowl appearance? No, just one Super Bowl. And Eli Manning, who has two Super Bowls, has a 17% winning when he's won 17% of the time when he's thrown the ball 40 times or more. He's only been sacked 109 times. And you could argue he went out on top. Him and his brother, they figure out how to go out on top. At least with a Super Bowl. Anyway, okay, Donovan McNabb, my man Donovan. He's only won 17% of the time when he's thrown the ball 40 times or more. And Donovan was very elusive. And he is only been sacked 92 times. No Super Bowl, but he's been in one. Okay. All right, here we go. John Elway. He's only won 17% of the time, but he's been sacked 96 times, which speaks a lot to John Elway's running game. I think in the times that he's thrown the ball that much was the early part of his career. And he is not on top of the list, believe it or not, in terms of attempts. The next few guys, okay, here's the next few guys. Joe Flacco, 16%. Phillip Rivers, 15%. Joe Flacco has a Super Bowl, Rivers no Super Bowl. Kurt Warner, 14%, multiple Super Bowls. Andrew Luck, 13%, sacked 84 times, short career, no Super Bowl appearance. Carson Palmer, 13%, 40, thrown it 40 plus times, sacked 125 times, no Super Bowl. My man, who was the GOAT prior to Tommy B. Brady, okay? Joe Montana was he won the game 13% of the time when he's thrown the ball 40 times or more. And because that stat is legit, they don't have his sack stat, but he got beat up in the back end of his career. Okay, Cousins and multiple Super Bowls now, multiple Super Bowls, multiple. Okay, Kirk Cousins, 11% of the time he has won when he's thrown the ball 40 times or more. He's been sacked 65 times. Hey, you dig in your analytics and you tell me I'm tripping. The last two quarterbacks, Tony Romo, Matt Hasselbeck, and the last three guys have no Super Bowls. And the last two are the last two retirees that were worth talking about. Although one of the Hasselbacks have a Super Bowl. I'm not sure if it's Matt. But my point is, so this list, the winning percentage, after really Peyton Manning, whose winning percentage was 43%. Now, if you in baseball, these all are Hall of Fame numbers minus, yeah, they all Hall of Fame numbers. And they're all in the Hall of Fame also. With that being said, they all are Hall of Fame quarterbacks, I think. These are, it will be. Fouts will be. Maroon is, or Fouts already is. Moon already is. Yeah, these are all Hall of Fame guys. I'm just saying, but I guess what is my point? I don't have one yet. I guess I'm drawing the question: does it pay to throw the ball 40 times or more? Based on this list, only on this list, there are only two multiple winning Super Bowl quarterbacks. Only two on this entire list. Everyone else is didn't either probably a quarter of them didn't go to the Super Bowl. Another quarter made it to the Super Bowl and didn't win it. And a small quarter won a Super Bowl. Right? So what's the list of? Let's just do the math. All right. This list is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 18 guys. Out of 18 guys, okay, 18 guys who got a Super Bowl: Brady, Breeze, Manning, Roth, Big Ben, Favre, Stafford just got his, Mahomes, Bledsoe, Rodgers, Manning, Elway, Flacco. Wait, you digging the weeds. I'm wrong, people. I'm wrong. You got to throw the ball 40 times a game. Straight up. I guess I'm wrong. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I got the game messed up. Maybe I am throwback. Maybe I am a throwback. Maybe that is what it is. And so since I'm so throwed, I'm just going to let it go. The stats prove it. Now, again, in the same generation, is only in the same generation, in the generation of my, like, okay, in the now generation, all right, Brady, these are all now generation quarterbacks that have done it. That's won the Super Bowl, minus Elway. Minus Elway and Favre. Yeah, because Rodgers, Mahomes, all now. Yeah, I don't know. I want a high winning percentage. I want to win. I don't want to be famous. Hey, man, this is Catch Up with Coach. I am Coach Malik Hall. Until next time, I don't know. Do you want your quarterback to throw 40 plus times a game, or do you want to win? Because right now, there are only 3 quarterbacks that's worth saying throw 40 times a game and you go win. And that's Tommy B, Breeze, and Peyton Manning. And unfortunately, only one of them are still playing. So until next time, man, remember, it's hard to win, but it is okay to win. This is Catch Up with Coach. Peace.